Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to a Nikki Uncut. We're going to be testing out a ton of new makeup. I received some new makeup. I picked up a few things that were of interest of me at the drugstore. So we're going to test all those things out in today's video, and hopefully at the end we'll end up with a really pretty cohesive look. It's always, you never know what's going to happen when you're just testing like a whole bunch of new makeup. So here's a little preview of everything that everything that I have that I'm going to try to test out today. Now there's a couple things in there that are not new, like these guys right here. I just plan on doing a makeup look with these, like an eyeshadow look with these two products. And the vision that I have in mind, if it turns out the way I'm envisioning it, it's going to be really pretty. So that's not necessarily new, but I do have the new bronzers from Laura Mercier. They were kind enough to send me these, and I'm excited to try these because I think it was Elisa J that likes them. I don't know, they look really pretty. So we'll definitely test these out. I did try this one off camera just once, and I don't have that many thoughts yet. I kind of like threw it on in a really quick hurry and didn't really pay attention to what I was doing, to be quite honest. So we'll probably test out this color because this looked like the best match for me. It's the shade 30 Cans. Fancy. And then I also have the new not Laura Mercier. That was Laura Mercier. I have the new Jane Iredale foundation, and I did test this out once. By the time this video gets uploaded and posted, that will be about 2 weeks ago that I tried this foundation. I got to attend an in-person masterclass with Jane Iredale, and this was that was the first time I used this foundation. I haven't used it. I haven't been able to use it since, full disclosure. So we're gonna try it again today. But I do remember leaving very shiny and just getting really shiny throughout the day. It is a more like hydrating. It's called the Skin Tuition SPF 30 Radiance Boosting Liquid Foundation, and this did make me very radiant. It looked really pretty and very pretty in person too, which is always a good thing. I'm just opening this bad boy up. But about 4 hours into wearing it, I was very shiny. That's probably due to the fact that I couldn't properly set it with the powders that I would normally set my liquid foundation, especially like a glowy one with. So I think that's why it was like excessively shiny by like hour 3, hour 4. So I'm excited to try it the way I would normally try a glowy foundation. So we'll get to that in a bit. And in fact, I think what I'm going to do first, before I get to the rest of the makeup that we're going to be testing out today, I think I'm going to actually prime my skin with a product that's supposed to be mattifying pre-foundation. So great if you're oily, very, very thin. Doesn't like add like a unflattering film to your skin. I learned the hard way not to shake this bad boy, so I'm not going to shake it, but it's the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Water Powder Serum. Thank you for focusing. There we go. So water powder serum. This is a mattifying, priming face serum. I don't need to put this all over, but just in the areas that get the most shiny throughout the day. So above and around my lips, top of my chin. You get a little bit more. 100% my nose. We're going to really rub this onto my nose. And this has really come in handy for certain foundations and certain long days. If you're an oily girl or guy, you might want to check this product out. It's really nice. Okay, so once this is on, you're just going to let it dry down, just like that. Okay, so that's on. We're gonna move this aside, and it's like very watery too. I just want to show you the consistency really quick. Like, see it? It's like quite literally like water. So once it's on, the good thing is you don't even feel it, which is very, very nice. Now, I picked this up during a drugstore shopping spree, Shopee videos, some of which I posted already. But this is the Revlon Color Stay Face and Body Glow Lotion. I bought this because I felt like it was going to be comparable to my L'Oreal Lumi Glotion, and I want to see what it's all about, basically. I haven't heard anything about it. This is coconut scented. It's supposed to offer 24 hours of hydration. Now, here's the thing. I'm not going to put this in the T-zone where I just put this. That would be completely pointless. But I do want to put this because I want to just test the color. I want to put this on the high points of my forehead where the sun would naturally hit me, because this has a bronzy illuminating tint to it. So I'm kind of going to use this to like essentially underpaint. In fact, let me grab a brush. I need more control. So the shade that I got is 120. It's Giving Sun. And yeah, it smells like coconut, but not aggressively at all. Like I don't smell the coconut on my face at all right now. Let's grab a BK Beauty 115 brush. I'm going to dip into that. And let's do this the right way. Let's give this a proper go. I'm going to tap this on to bronze up my cheeks and to underpaint with. It's definitely it's metallic, you know? It definitely has a very metallic look to it. It looks patchy right here, but that could also just be my skin. Things have been going patchy right around here on my cheeks recently. It's kind of a mystery as to why. I am going to do a little bit on my nose, even though that sounds counterintuitive because I put the mattifying product there, but thin layer of this isn't gonna, I don't think it's going to affect the mattification from the Danessa. And if it does, we're going to find out together, and then that way I make the mistake and you don't have to. All in all, this looks pretty nice. I don't really have much of a complaint about it, except for this on camera looks really patchy there. Holy moly. Once we put the foundation on, that's the good news. We'll be able to cover up and fix any mistakes or patchiness that's going on. And of course, this is a first impression. I might find a much better way to use this product. I just felt the need to use it in an underpainting way to test out first. So the jury is out, basically. Ooh, that patched up bad right here. Why? Is that my skin? Huh. Okay, well, on camera, it's looking terrible. It's looking absolutely horrible. But in my mirror, it looks deceivingly nice. So I'm a little confused, basically. So we're going to put this down for now, and maybe we'll have better luck on top of the foundation as well. So let's shake up this Jane Iredale foundation. And I'm wearing the shade, I'm going to wear the shade 28 Light. They matched me to this at the class and Natural Daylight, which is where I was applying it. It looked like an incredible spot-on match. So I'm going to dip into it with my N17, and let's get this party actually started. I did feel like this gave really nice coverage, like surprisingly like a full medium coverage and very buildable. I remember building it up on my cheeks specifically that day and around my nose, and it just looked really, really pretty. So I'm going to say if you're dry skinned, if you have dry mature skin and you want a nice radiant foundation, I think this is a good one to check out so far. But again, you know, this is my second impression, so I still need more time. Okay. So this side's already looking better. And it looks like the underpainting is not going to be as prominent with this product because it is so light anyway. And the coverage of this is going to be more of a medium, so it's okay. We tried. Listen, as long as I end up leaving my house with a cohesive, pretty, and like approachable, wearable makeup look on, that's all I ask for these videos where I'm just testing out a bunch of new products that I don't know if they're going to work well together or not. It's kind of like the joy of this kind of video. You just don't know what you're going to end up with. So that 28 Light pretty much looks like identical to the rest of my skin. It's blending, goes right into my neck. Can you see that? Really nice match. They did a great job color matching me, and I'm not easy to color match in my opinion. I think I'm very difficult to color match. Okay, let's do the forehead. And we're just going to go over that Revlon Color Stay. And again, I might cocktail it on top. I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure. We need to give it another chance in this video. I feel like I might want to just do the Laura Mercier bronzer, have a pretty makeup look, and call it a day. So we shall see. Okay, tapping it on. We're almost done with the foundation. This video is uncut in case you're new here. So if you want to flash. If you want to fast forward too. Or you could flash there. I don't care. I'm not judging you either way. If you want to flash there, fast forward, whatever you want to do. If you want to skip the blending, because I know it gets kind of redundant to watch after a while. I get it. Ooh, that is really, really lovely. Like really, really pretty. The coverage is so nice with that product. So what I'm going to do now is something a little sneaky. I tried this once for a video. I posted like a first impression of the shade. It actually wasn't a first impression. It was more of like a how-to blondes type video. It's a short video. You could see it on my shorts on YouTube or on other social media platforms. But I use the Haus Labs. They're basically like new bronzing colors. And if you don't know what bronzing is, it's a hybrid between a bronzer and a blush. It's like that perfect sun-kissed kind of red, kind of pinky, but also really like orangey and bronze type color. It's a hybrid of both. It's like if bronzer and blush had a baby, a shade like this would be born. This is Glassy Cinnamon from Haus Labs. And look how pretty this is. So we're going to use this pre-concealer. And we're going to balance up my complexion. So high up on the cheek. We're even going to do a little dibble dabble on my nose. And I kind of want to play with it here. Pretty. It's just such a good shade. I really want to pick up more from this collection that was launched because they all look just really, really nice. I'm going to grab my BK Beauty 109 brush, tap this in. And we might layer some more on top depending on the payoff that we get initially. So we'll see. We'll plan to do that together. And of course, we will be putting the Laura Mercier on top of this as well. So actually, I don't think we'll be doing much more of this Glassy Cinnamon shade. So the areas that you'd want to do a blonding product, a blonding shade, are going to be the traditional places where you do your bronzer and also your blush. But specifically the highest point. So for example, you don't have to like do what I just did, these little prison stripes on your nose. You could just go straight across and get a sun-kissed, flushed, like I was out in the sun, I was on vacation, and the sun bronzed up and almost like semi-sunburnt my nose and my high points of my face. That's essentially the overall look of bronzing. So don't forget to get your nose because that's a must-have area if you're going to blondes this summer or spring. Whenever you want to blondes. If you want to blondes in fall, I think you should go for it. All right, so this blend in so nice and so easy and just very buttery. I only have one other shade in the Haus Labs blushes and I don't really know what's taking me so long to get more. They're very glossy, I will say that. So that's probably what my hesitation has been because I do have such oily skin. Now that that's on, we need to address these under eyes. And I have the new Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Concealer in the shade 2N. Now, I've been testing this on and off for the past, I don't know, 2 weeks at this point. And I don't have complete thoughts on this concealer yet. There's been a few times where I've applied too much and I've set it the wrong way. And it's ended up looking really cakey. And what I'm finding is really less is more with this product. It's a very thick consistency concealer. And it is long wearing, but if you just go over the edge a bit too much, it could look cakey, basically. So just something to point out. So I'm going to do this whole area. We're going to do a little lift, as usual. I'm not dipping back in for more because that's where I went wrong a few times. Just grabbing an excessive amount of this product and it looking way, way too cakey, way too thick. So be careful when you're setting this too. This doesn't need that much powder, barely any powder to be honest, to set it. So when you're going in with your powder, you need a lot less powder than for other formulas that you're used to using. So keep that in mind as well. If you keep those two things in mind, you're going to like the way this wears because it wears very, very long. So 2N, let's grab probably my last clean N14 brush. We're going to tap it in, blend out the edges. Now 2N I wish was a bit more neutral than it actually appears. It looks very yellow on me, very warm. So I wish the shade was a bit more true to being a neutral, but oh well. It still works. And actually looks really good on camera. Just in person it looks a little bit more golden than I would prefer. So blending that out. Gonna leave some of it to dry down and self-set just a bit before I actually go in and set it with powder. And I don't have a new loose powder to test out in this video, so we're gonna go tried and true. You know, it's all about balance. So we'll balance out this makeup of this full face of a lot of new makeup with something that's more tried and true and very trustworthy. And I think for that, I'm gonna use my Makeup by Mario Surreal Skin Soft Blur Setting Powder. I took my cap off and I put it in here and I've just been kind of dipping in, sifting into the cheese grater part of the cap and then applying. That's been really easy. Okay, switching brushes. Let's switch to, hopefully I have another clean N16. Not really clean, but we'll make do. It is absolutely past due for me to clean my brushes, my personal brushes. They are out of control currently. All right, now let's blend out the edge on the nose. Blend up a bit. Don't go too far up with this one because it is thick and it will look really crepey if you pull it way too far up to your eyes. But just with whatever's left over, I'm just going to blend upward a bit just to reduce some of that redness I have around my eyes. Going back to that 109, let's just make sure that everything is seamless. I forgot about my lip again. Every time I do my lip contour, I feel like I keep forgetting to blend it out. I'm going to use the Angie A501 brush to blend this out. Okay, that's blended out for the most part. I have a little tickle right here, of course. So before I set my under eyes, I want to do actually my last liquid or cream product on my complexion. And I'm going to test out the pH Rees. What? pH Rees? I don't know. Is this new? I'm confused by this. So let me just check out the old ones. Okay, yeah. The old ones have different names like Splash or Chill. And these are called the Cooling. Okay, these are the same name, but this is a different shade, I'm guessing. So this is supposed to be a pH adjusting shade. It's the same formula as the old OG classic, the Milk Jelly Tints. These right here, I used to use these all last summer and I love them. They're very difficult to work with, just FYI. So if you have not used them before, don't use them on a busy or a very important day because it could end up going very south very, very quickly. So this is a new shade that they sent me. So I'm assuming it's one that's not available, that wasn't available prior. It's the pH Rees. Oh, Freeze, duh. I'm not firing on all cylinders, apparently. So Freeze, now that we figured that out together, pH, yeah, okay, wow, that took so long to, it wasn't clicking. So new shade in the Cooling Water Jelly Tints from Milk Makeup. I'm excited to use this again because I haven't used this product in a really long time, but I do remember it being something you have to work with very, very fast. So this is the Freeze shade, the pH adjusting shade. It looks kind of just like a peachy, milky tone. Now, do we go in and do we just go all in? Let's just do it. My idea was I wanted to layer this on top of, that was a bad idea. I wanted to layer this on top of the House Labs just to get more of a blush moment. So hopefully this doesn't end up being a disaster of a makeup look or a cheek look. So far it did rip up my makeup right there, but I had too much liquid on it. So right now I'm going BK Beauty 112 brush onto the product, onto the cheek, tapping it on, and I should really cool my jets right now and not do any more because this is pH. Oh yeah, it's coming through. The pH is pHing now. You know, it's actually looking like a really pretty peach. I'm excited to just turn like bright red, like a Benetint type shade, but oh, okay. Oh, it's pHing now. It's really pHing. Okay, we're gonna put that down. We're gonna definitely put that down. The good news is, my friends, we can always go back with what is considered to be like your ultimate eraser. Go back to your foundation brush and kind of erase the edges if you went too wild like I did. And you know, it's okay. It's okay if it looks too blushy. Listen, it's a testing makeup day. It's not a teach you how to do your makeup from scratch kind of day. So whatever mistakes I make, now you know not to make them. So it's kind of a win-win. I'm actually gonna dip into more foundation, okay? And we're gonna just calm this area down. It's like it's like it's spread to areas that I don't remember applying it. Like I don't remember putting it this low or this inward in the center of my cheeks. But alas, it's like seeped over there. Very, very tricky product. I feel like this one is way, 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 way more tricky to use than the original formulas because the original formulas go on pretty much right away. You see them right away. This is deceiving. It goes on clear and then all of a sudden you're left with like, boom, in your face, lots of blush. Let's let this chill. Let's let this calm down. We're definitely not going to set our under eyes yet because we may need to go in with more concealer after this is all said and done adjusting to my skin. So in that case, what I want to do is bust out the Laura Mercier Bronze Color Infusion Bronzer in the shade 30 Cans. Show you it one more time. I like this one because it looks like it has a bit of, or it does have a bit more of like an olive-friendly undertone to it. So you can almost see like little hints of green in that color, which is perfect for me. I'm going to grab my BK Beauty 115 brush. And I'm going to just kind of dip into both shades, pre-blend it into my palm, and then lock in the House Labs Glassy Cinnamon. And then we're going to use this in the crease of our eye as well to start my eye makeup look. Pretty. It's a really good olive-friendly bronzer. Like it doesn't look orangey or too red. It's like it's a very nice balanced color. Let's grab a clean N13 brush. I'm gonna dip in to the bronzer shade only. Tap off the excess. This blush is wildly impactful, wildly intense. Not something I saw coming. Total curveball for today. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Let's blush in. That is blushing a lot. So I'm adding this to my crease. I just want to start with a bit more depth and then go on top and blend on top this beautiful Mob Beauty cream shadow shade. I'll make sure I link the exact shade. I believe it was a collaboration shade and I got it a while ago and I don't remember how many times I've used it. I think I only used it like once or twice. But it's a really pretty shade, and it kind of got lost in the shuffle of products, to be honest. So I was happy I found this again. The shade is M172, and this also has kind of like a hint of like a khaki olive tone to it as well. So I figured it would be a really pretty cohesive product to go on my eyes. I'm gonna grab. Let's grab a slightly dirty N16 brush. I'm going to swipe into these shadows. My favorite brush to apply these cream shadows, or any cream shadows for that matter, is with my N16 brush. So if you have this brush, don't just use it for, oh, that's pretty. Don't just use it for your concealer. There's so many other ways to use it, and including nose contour or nose sculpting. You can also set your under eye concealer with powder with this brush as well, for like more like pinpoint, fine tuning kind of powder placement. So I'm applying this to the bulk of my eyelid and then brushing it upward into the bronzer and into the crease. I think that's really pretty. Really happy with that. That's a really cool color. Very olivey, very unique. So what I want to do is actually put, and try not to laugh, but I want to put my favorite Beige Mystique shadow stick, sparkle sticks from Half Magic. I'm hooked on those. I can't stop. They're so beautiful. And I just figured that those two tones, these two tones, are going to look really cohesive and really like monochromatic and beautiful together. Not that they're identical by any means, but they're both very soft shades, and they're gonna look really, they should look really nice. If what I'm envisioning is correct, they should look really nice together. Okay, so just take that N13 once more. Buff and blend just a bit. Now let's go on top with the star of the show, Beige Mystique Shadow Stick. You can tell mine is very well loved and very well loved, basically, is what I was trying to say. So I'm going to wipe off this little chunk that came off, and I'm going to run this on the base of my eyelid. Yeah, that's going to be just stunning. Soft perfection. Kind of reminds me of my top. So we're going to get like a really nice monochromatic look going on, minus these cheeks that just won't, they won't stop pHing. They just won't stop getting more vibrant. I don't think I recommend that product, that's for sure, because unless you were like absolutely using the tiniest bit, this is like someone with eczema's worst nightmare, this product. So if you have excess redness in your skin, I'm just going to say, do not use this product. I'm shocked at how, like, beyond impactful it's become on my face. Another tried and true product, we're going to use Tiramisu from Sephora collection. These are really great, reliable pencils, and it's a nice, like, neutral brown. I'm going to line my lash line. Just like that. And once again, uncut. If you want to fast forward, don't you worry. I won't know, and it won't hurt my feelings. Such a good eyeliner. And so affordable too. So let's grab an N11 brush and just pull this out, diffuse it. Keeping it nice and soft. I'm not really going for like an intense liner moment. I just want something to shape my eyes a bit more. Okay, I'm gonna go back to that liner one more time. Just gonna layer a teeny bit more. Nice and close to that lash line. Okay, lovely. Very, very nice. I don't have a new mascara, so what we're gonna do is grab my new formula that I'm loving. It's the L'Oreal Panorama Voluminous All Night Black, very dramatic black mascara. Let's pop this on. I curled my lashes off camera just to save us a little bit of time, which we're still in it for a while, but it did save us a bit of time. And you can see, like, I am unbelievably glowy from that foundation. Even with that Danessa Myricks mattifier underneath in my T-zone, you can still see I'm starting to be drippy glowy. So I definitely need to set this. Not bad. The eyes look really good. Now we need to address the elephant in the room. We need to address the fact that my face is melting off my face and I have way too much blush on right now. Like, I just have insane amounts of blush on my face. So I'm going to go back to the concealer. I'm going to do what I told you not to do, which is apply probably too much in the end. But you know what? We need to calm this down. I look like I ran a marathon. I look like I literally ran a marathon, and I need to see if we can fix this. It's amazing how much it's spread down. Like, I'm blown away by how far down this has spread to basically my jawline. I mean, that I didn't put it there. You guys watched me, right? Like, did I? Should I rewind this and see if I put it down there? I know I didn't put it down there. That'd be silly. Why would I do that? Going back to a different N17, because the other one now is turning pink from that, just the leftover blush when I tried to buff it out originally. But wow, I mean, this should come with a warning label, this one. The other ones are really no big deal. Like, they're tricky, but once you get the hang of them, they're fine. You could definitely control it. This is like this one's out of control, in my opinion. Like, quite literally, this one is out of control. I mean, did I just put way too much on? Is it me? Am I the problem? Maybe I'm the problem, and I'm in denial. I don't know. Watch Milk Makeup come watch this video and tell me that I'm the problem. They might. It's fine. Accidents happen. No one's perfect. I'm definitely not perfect. And when you're testing a bunch of new makeup, things can go down. Oh man, I'm going to have a lot of... Okay, it's looking much better on camera, but I still have a lot of blush on. Let's be real. And yeah, all right. Well, it's going to be a blushy day, my friends. Now, I'm about to throw in the towel with this makeup look, but I think the powder can really save it. So I'm going to grab the Makeup by Mario Surreal Skin in Fair Pink. Let's get a healthy amount of this on my skin quickly. So Fair Pink, it's the lightest shade I believe that they offer. And honestly, it's just very translucent, very easy to match. I find it like the Makeup by Mario powders are just very interchangeable and just very universally wearable, most of the shades. So if you ever have like a hard time figuring out what color to match yourself to with a loose setting powder, I think that Makeup by Mario is a really safe one to invest in, basically. Okay. Better? Get better. I'm feeling more like me. And I have a one size setting spray that I was considering using for this makeup look. But now that I am trying to keep the shine at bay, I don't think I'm going to end up using that one because it's marketed and designed to melt away powder. It's the One Size Powder Melt Glass Setting Spray. I've tested this once prior to this video right here that we're watching and partaking in. And it did leave me very, very glowy. It took away all the powdery finish to my makeup. So when you're doing a full glam day, or let's say you have really dry skin and you powdered your skin and you want to take away that powdery finish but still have your makeup locked in, this is going to be a good option for you. I promise you I will definitely use this again in a different video. I just don't feel like today is the time or the place. So instead, we're in luck because I have this Maybelline Lasting Fix up to 16-hour wear matte finish setting spray. And this feels like the more appropriate setting spray to use for this makeup look after what we've been through and after the journey that we've been on. So in that case, we're going to set our makeup with this bad boy. And then we'll pop a lip on and then we'll probably call this a day. And I want to shout out the eyes because the eyes look really pretty and they definitely gave me what I was hoping they'd give me. It's like a soft, kind of olivey green, romantic eye makeup look that I'm digging. When you have a new setting spray, always, I highly encourage you to do a test round to see how it comes out and all that good stuff. All right, say a prayer for me. Not bad. The sprayer is a little aggressive, but we'll see how this wears throughout the day. And I love Maybelline complexion products, so I have actually very high hopes for that product. I'm going to blot off my lip balm. To start this video, I had my Dr. Dennis Gross Plump and Repair Lip Treatment on. I'm telling you, it's been saving my lips. Now I'm going to grab a bit more of the Makeup by Mario powder. I want longevity for my lip as well. And wow, we really did calm down that blush. On camera, it looks so much softer. In my mirror, that's Tomas. In my mirror right now, it looks very intense still. Like very, very, very bright, very intense. But you know what? I've definitely adjusted to it, and I think it's actually really pretty. Just still a very scary product. I stand by that. Okay, I also have new lip colors from Vive. These are the Pout Dur. So like a powder, liquid, powdery type finish lip. I've tried these off camera a few times, to be honest, and they are quite epically stunning. I believe these were inspired by K-Beauty. It feels very K-Beauty. It looks very K-Beauty, so I'm almost positive that they had mentioned that in like the note that came with this PR package. So Vive is really nice to me. They sent me these in PR. Very grateful. But honestly, I would have bought these in a heartbeat with my money. So thank you, Jamie Genevieve. I love this brand. So I'm going to do a cocktail of two lip liners that I really like and really enjoy. They're not new. This one's newer, but they're not like testing them for the first time. I'd like to have a lip combo, or at least half of my lip combo be a bit more tried and true after all these scares throughout this makeup look. So this is Spice, in case I didn't mention it, from Jane Iredale, a new favorite of mine. And I think it's going to be a nice compliment to the Vive and to my eye makeup. Oh yeah, Spice is so good. And then what I want to do is add a bit more depth. This is a teeny bit deeper. It's the Too Faced Lip Injection Extreme Lip Shaper. These are very spicy, very tingly. They are a lip liner, but they have a plumping ingredient in it. I don't know what it is, but it's intense. This is the shade Puffy Nude. So Puffy Nude is going to go on the top of the Cupid's bow to round it out, make it look fuller. Just like that. Very pretty. That's a really nice combo. Now I also had the new e.l.f. Glow Reviver Melting Lip Balms. I might use these in another tutorial as well because I'm really wanting to do my Vive right now. So I'm going to apply Pinky. Yep. That's quite soft and beautiful. These feel so nice. They feel like almost like a non-existent feeling. They feel moussey and like light as air. They're really easy to work with and they're very blurring too. I find that when I put these on, it really blurs any kind of lip texture that I have. So really cool product. Definitely K-Beauty inspired. Like I know it said that on the pack. Oh yeah. That's a great color. The other ones too are so fantastic. I'll definitely promise you I will recreate some other looks with these different shades, like Miss Figgy. This one is so, was it Miss Figgy? Oh no, it was something different. I actually have it, I cheated. I was using it for a different day. Oh yeah, Bellini. Bellini was the other one that was like unbelievable and so pretty. More peachy. They're honestly all stunners. Like quite literally they're stunners. Like this is the other one too that I was really liking. Ripple. Ripple is more of like a rose. So imagine just kind of like cocktailing and doing like a soft ombre lip. Oof. Yep. That's my kind of lip look, 100%. Now, you know me, I have to layer one more time. Not too bad. There's one thing I'm missing with this makeup look, and then I will let you go, and I promise you I will keep you updated on my thoughts on these products as I continue to test them out in different ways, and as I continue to figure out how to use this the best way. But for now, I'm going to finish up my bottom lash line with the same Laura Mercier bronzer and my N12 brush just to add more depth to the bottom lash line. And then that's going to be the look. I think it actually, all in all, with all the scares that we had, it came out really pretty. And it's definitely still wearable for me. Like I can definitely venture out and feel confident and feel very pretty with this makeup look. Do I have a lot of makeup on my cheeks to cover up my blush disaster mistake? Yes, I do. But I will definitely continue to wear this and give you my final thoughts on these products. I'll keep you posted on this foundation, and I will definitely try it out without this blush disaster in the future, so you'll get a better idea of what it looks like without all that going on and all that distraction. But all in all, it was a learning lesson, as are most of these Nikki Uncuts when I'm testing a whole bunch of new products all in one look and getting a first impression for you all. So you never know when it's going to go south. Today we went a little south, but I think we went back north and we fixed it. So we're okay. Here's the finished look in all its glory. Still soft. For me, the eyes and the lips are a really huge win. And the bronzer from Laura Mercier, I do really, really like. So don't worry, you'll see them in other videos, I promise, very, very soon. If you've tried any of these new products, please leave your thoughts and your feedback in the comments below. It's always helpful to hear your perspective and your opinions on these products, because I can only give you mine as an oily skin 39-year-old, and I would love to hear your opinions as well. So drop those in the comments below. Specifically, I want to know what you think of this concealer, because I still have not grasped how I fully feel about it. So drop that in the comments below as well. Thank you so much for watching this uncut. I hope you enjoyed the chaos. I cannot wait to see you in the next video. Until then, bye.